respect your suppliers? Toyota does. Will you help your suppliers be successful? Toyota does. Will your suppliers decrease their prices? Toyotas do. I'm going to overview how Toyota manages their supply chain. I'm going to start with how come they are so important. Let's start the discussion with rolled throughput yield. Rolled throughput yield. Rolled throughput yield, or RTY, is a process-by-process measurement of process yield, or the percentage of product that goes through a process that comes out without defect. RTY is a critical quality metric. There is a RTY for each process in a multi-process value stream. The overall RTY represents the value stream defect-free success rate. If you bring in supplies from your supply chain, then this overall RTY needs to include the supply chain supplies also. If you're responsible for building a Six Sigma automobile, then your supply chain needs to be Six Sigma. RTY is calculated by multiplying every process's RTY in the value stream together. As an example, let's say you have 5 processes. The RTY for each process is 0.99, 0.99, 0.95, 0.99, 0.99. The anomaly I'm referring to is the fact that when you multiply these 5 throughput rates together, the result will never be higher than the lowest value. In this case, you know the overall RTY will be less than 0.95. In actuality, the overall RTY of this example is 0.91. Six Sigma is at least 0.999999. There is no way that you will achieve Six Sigma performance without a Six Sigma supply chain. Toyota supplier relationship importance. I want to re-stress the importance and critical requirements for a supplier to meet a Six Sigma performance requirement. If your supplier is supplying pencils, it's not so critical. But if they are supplying ball bearings, it is extremely critical that they adhere to your strong requirements. They did a study of all automobile manufacturing plants in the U.S. and found that it was Toyota that uses the highest percentage of American supplier content in their cars. Toyota is still able to maintain 6+ Sigma performance under these conditions. For Toyota's critical supply chain, they will actually send their employees into their supplier organizations to offer the improvement ideas needed to meet Toyota's stringent quality requirements. Let's talk next about Toyota's organization of their supply chain. Toyota supplier relationship operations. Toyota divides their suppliers into tiers. This helps them prioritize critical suppliers while not worrying so much about other suppliers. As an example, I've divided the example suppliers into 3 tiers. Tier 1, critical, just-in-time, Toyota makes investments here. Tier 2, very important. Tier 3, all others. Let me give you a critical Toyota supply chain example. When you're building a car, you are bringing in parts from suppliers into your own plant. When supplies are delivered, they are called inventory. Inventory has a cost because you have purchased it and aren't using it. Inventory also covers up inefficiencies. Toyota's automobile factories only store 2 hours of inventory parts for their cars. This means that they replenish that inventory every 2 hours. That is the just-in-time frequency that works optimally for them. In a perfect environment, a part would show up on the dock, be transferred to the assembly line, and become instantly installed in a car. Toyota is not perfect, but they are striving for perfection. Any supply that, when installed in a car, would cause a car failure if the supply part failed, is in Tier 2. These supplies' quality is critical, but they do not have a just-in-time requirement. Tier 3 is a category for all other suppliers. This is a rough overview of how Toyota categorizes their suppliers to meet Toyota's rigorous standards. In conclusion, it's entirely possible that suppliers' capabilities directly impact your success. If the supplier is critical, then consider helping them meet your requirements. Inventory is the only waste that is strategic. It represents the inefficiency that every organization has. Toyota puts inventory in their supply chain so they are not in a position of missing manufacturing parts. Interestingly enough, Toyota also puts inventory in their manufacturing line so that when somebody pulls the andon cord, the whole assembly line does not have to stop. You must embrace your suppliers as they are one control on your ability to produce the quality you require. Work very close with them to determine their current abilities. Share your expectations and your capabilities with your supply chain. Begin the journey to greatness. The journey to greatness is neither fast or easy. You can definitely adjust how fast you go, but not how easy it is. There is certainly a sequence to greatness. I've built the website www.buildyourtps.com to guide systems in their use of the tools of the Toyota production system to take their systems to Six Sigma, just like Toyota.